everyone, and welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call. And it's great to see everyone back as well. It's been a pretty jam-packed week as well. And thank you for everyone that has been participating a lot in the chat in the LCMS Traders Club as well. That's been really noticeable and we appreciate that. So it is episode 387 of the call, the 1st of October, 2021. And if it is your first time here, a big welcome to. Quick introduction. So we do this call every Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. GMT +8. And the currencies we analyze are as follows. Monday, Aussie and Kiwi. Tuesday, the Euro. Wednesday, the Pound. Thursday, Yen and Gold. And then Friday, today, we'll do the CAD and also crypto with Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically in focus for crypto. This is the currency call where you'll get market economic updates, key support and resistance levels, trade ideas, and of course, much more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and the short-term traders. And here we will go through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and we'll also highlight the possible targets and risks. Finally, a disclaimer. Please take note of this. Any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades as well. And for the viewers here that are in the ForexBriefcase managed account service as well, feel free to check your account. There was a trade taken this morning as well. So that's a nice way to start the day as well. So it is Friday. And just before we get into the CAD and the rest of the call, I'll just touch base now with what happened with the US dollar overnight, and just a few discussion points about what's going on with the index as well. So we'll just bring up the charts here thanks to Sam Trade. Daniel and I were actually discussing cryptocurrency beforehand as well, so I'll get rid of that. There's not really much going on, but we will discuss it. So we've got the US dollar chart up here. Now, this is the daily time frame. I'm going to zoom out just to give a little bit of context as well. So I was discussing that this level up here, and it's actually around 94.55 is, where price has been, over 12 months ago. Now we did see price pull back a little bit, didn't quite get there, and we're in a bit of a holding pattern currently. And what we are waiting on, there are quite a few things to be dealt with US Congress. And if you haven't already, I'll share the link for this in the Forex Trading Asia site. Jin did share an article about the debt ceiling as well. So it's good to check that out just to have an overall context, because there are market participants and that's what moves the market. And if there's a lot of uncertainty and jitters around, you're just going to see the situation get quite volatile. And what I mean by that is what I will do after I get into the news, I'm going to show you the VIX as well, which is a measure of volatility. And when things are more volatile, typically things are going up and usually further down, but you will see a lot of jumping around in price, and it just means it's quite challenging trading conditions as well. So we'll go to the Forex economic calendar here, thanks to Forex Trading Asia. Quick little recap. So yesterday, just for the US, I'll focus on, we did have GDP come in line with expectations, a little bit higher, but relatively exactly what was called for. And we didn't really see a big lift in the US dollar simply because there's been such a significant move as well. So it just wasn't enough to lift the US dollar, and people were just looking to get out. And really there was still a lot of selling in the US equity markets as well, but people weren't really looking to go back into the US dollar, or they were happy just to sit in their current positions and not add to it. So what we will go to now is for tonight. So this is 8:30 GMT +8 time. We've got the core PCE price index. We've got the PCE price index. Something I didn't touch upon in my morning market update for the LCMS Traders Club members was the personal spending as well. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And we do have the CAD GDP as well. And we had US dollar weakness against the CAD as well last night. It was, during the afternoon session, it was looking like it wanted to sort of push further, and oil obviously is on watch when you are monitoring that, and it's still relatively high too. And that's something to just pay attention to if you are trading the CAD. And what I will just finally go to is, I'll bring this up now, and we'll go to the VIX here, because this is something that's always interesting, just to give a little bit of an overall picture on the situation. So it's just VIX in trading view, however you like to see it, but it is up a little bit again. So we saw it pull back sort of midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, after it spiked last week on the 20th. And now we're stabilizing, but as you can see, it's not trickling back down to where it was recently. And, under 20 is really where things start steadying off. So you've just got to pay attention to that. And then we've got the US Congress still yet to make decisions on the US debt ceiling. So you've got to be mindful of that. But there are a lot of trading possibilities that are out there. But in regards to the US dollar, really, once it's up here and where we're seeing it at over 94, it's really going to have to be a dramatic situation to cause a breakout. I mean, the tapering situation is still hanging around with Jerome Powell, mentioning it, and then things are still a bit unclear with, the situation with Congress. So monitor that. Again, if you are looking to take, high risk trades, I would say, now is not really the time at all, because there's a lot of uncertainty around. So be cautious and manage your risk as well when getting into positions. But those are my thoughts there, guys, on the US dollar. Now, up next, we have Jindal Tai, a multi-million-dollar trader, just going through the CAD and the news and, what's been going on in FX markets for this week. So over to you now, Jin.
Right, thanks, Scott. But I'm actually having so much fun on the chat. Can I get Kim Hong to start with his analysis on the OPEC first, and then after Kim Hong, I'll jump in with the CAD.
Yes, sorry, I'm so used to Kim Hong doing the trade ideas. Sorry, Kim. Yeah, so Kim Hong is not offering a trade idea, so he's up next, and he's discussing OPEC Plus as well. And I'll catch up with the chat here as well. There's a lot going on, but over to you now, Kim Hong. Sorry,
I got you covered, Scott. I got the sequence covered. No worries.
Actually, I'm having a lot of fun with the chat as well. So can Daniel take over first? Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, now let's get serious. All right. So on next Monday,
cryptocurrencies, what's going to happen on cryptocurrencies? Nothing.
No, not crypto. Not crypto from me. You guys will be hearing on crypto from Daniel later on. All right. So OPEC Plus meeting. The OPEC Plus will be meeting, all right, for their monthly discussion, okay, on what will be the production quota for oil, okay, for the month of November, okay. So as of previous month, okay, previous meeting, they actually stick to their plan of increasing oil production, okay, on a monthly basis by 400,000 barrels per day, okay. So if they were to actually go on with the 400,000 barrels per day hike, okay, on a monthly basis, then, by next year, probably like third quarter, okay, of next year, 2022, they will actually be able to sort of like cover back what they have carried out, the cut that they have carried out since the start of the pandemic, okay? So as of last month, it was 400,000 barrels per day. Now, this month, okay, for the past few days, or I would say, should I say this month, okay, specifically, oil prices have been rising, okay, due to several factors. Okay, the first one being growing fuel demand. Okay, as we know that, countries starts opening up to, opening up borders to other nations, other countries, allowing traveling to take place. Then there's an increase in demand of fuel, right? Second reason, production disruption. Okay, so I think it was just early this month or late last month that the Gulf of Mexico, okay, was hit by hurricane again, specifically Hurricane Ida, okay? So that actually led to the production, production stoppage, okay, of oil. So at the moment, that issue is still ongoing, okay? I mean, as in the hurricane is over, all right? But the companies that were actually producing oil are still, not back to full operation yet, okay, as of now. So that's the second reason. Now, for the third reason, I think it was yesterday or the day before, okay, China actually ordered their top energy companies to secure energy supplies at all costs, okay? Because at the moment, I think they are actually facing some energy supplies shortage, okay? And, it's October already, right? So it's coming to winter. So they're actually worried that when it comes to winter, when winter arrives, they will have, not enough oil, not enough energy and things like that, right? So which is why China actually, told the top companies to secure as much supplies as they can get, okay? So now, if China were to order the top companies to sort of increase the demand of oil, okay, apart from other energies, okay, then that will actually lead to a strengthening in oil prices, right? Because Econs 101, when you have a rise in demand, okay, and supply remains the same, okay, that will actually push prices up, okay? So these are the three reasons that oil prices have been rising for the past 1 month, okay, for the month of September, okay? So actually oil prices have been quite volatile for the past 2 or 3 days, all right? Let me show you my chart. So I'm going to be showing you guys the WTI. I don't have the Brent crude price with me, okay? So as you can see, over here, this is a daily time frame chart, all right? For the past few days, you see like, long upper shadow, long lower shadows. And, I think it was back in, when this is 28 was like 2 or 3 days ago, okay? Price actually, for WTI, okay, price actually hit the 76 level, trying to break above, but couldn't break above and things like that, right? Why is that the case? One of the reason is that there's been news, okay? As we know, OPEC Plus has always been very tight-lipped, okay, when it comes to all this oil production quota and things like that. So they were only when they announced it during their meeting, their official meeting, then can we confirm, that they're going to increase or cut production, all right? But there's always like rumors going around, or should I say like insiders news and things like that, all right? So there have been sources saying that the OPEC Plus is actually considering a boost in production, okay, beyond its current 400,000 barrels per day plan, okay, for the moment, all right? So there's been one source, I read one source that says that, they may actually hike production for the month of November by 800,000, okay, doubling what they have for October, okay, and then increase by 0, okay, for the month of December. So that's one of the sources. And then many other sources saying that they may hike, but they did not provide any figures, okay, as to, or maybe any projection or speculations as to how much more the OPEC Plus is going to be boosting production, okay? So all in all, as of now, it's very confusing, all right? Because different analysts have different views, different insiders, provide different information, okay, insights into what's going on in the OPEC Plus, what's going to happen in the OPEC Plus meeting, all right? So what I'm trying to point out here is that we know that oil prices have a direct correlation to the Canadian dollar, right? So because of this, if you guys are trading Canadian dollar for now and for the next one trading day, okay, Monday, all right, anytime before the OPEC Plus meeting, just be careful, right? Because you never know what the energy ministers of Saudi Arabia or the chief of OPEC Plus, may be coming out and say and things like that, right? As of now, what we know for sure is that OPEC Plus is actually receiving a lot of pressure from especially the US, okay, when it comes to oil prices, okay, because the United States have been highlighting over the past couple of months that a rise in oil prices will have an impact on the economy, okay, because if you were to make prices too high, say for example, there are speculations that oil prices may hit $90, WTI, okay, may hit $80 per barrel, $90 per barrel, and things like that, or even $100 per barrel, okay. So if prices were to rise, were to spike to a high level like 80, 90, $100 per barrel, then it makes a lot of things less affordable, okay, petrol, oil and things like that, so which is why the US they are actually trying to, talk to the OPEC Plus on this whole issue, okay? On, could you guys just increase your production quota, okay? Because when the OPEC Plus increases production quota, okay, meaning to increase the supply, then with the ongoing demand, prices may fall, okay? So especially right now, okay, there's been speculations that there's been forecast that demand has been rising, demand for oil has been rising, okay, with the opening up of the economy. So if you guys are actually trading Canadian dollar, okay, be it the major pairs or with other minor crosses, okay, just be careful, all right, because there may be volatility from now until the time when the OPEC Plus announces their decision, okay, for the upcoming quota, right? So with that, I will cover again probably on Tuesday. Yeah. So there's no timing being given for when will the OPEC Plus meeting be taking place. But based on previous months, previous years, okay, my experience is that they usually, meetings will be held usually in the evening, GMT plus 8. Okay, that's probably like some maybe 9 p.m. or 8, from 7 to 10 p.m. GMT plus 8. All right. So you guys just do some conversion on the time zone and see, that period of time will usually be the time that, the OPEC Plus will be carrying out the meeting. And you will be seeing headlines, breaking news coming out from Bloomberg, from, news providers and things like that. All right. So if you guys are trading dollar CAD, especially just be careful. All right. With that, I'll hand it back to Scott.
Hey, Kim Hong, before I get into Scott. So what, in the quickest summary, what do you think is going to happen to dollar CAD?
So you don't have to do the analysis, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll share the screen. I'll share the screen here. Dollar CAD on the H4 time frame. I've got my resistance at 1.2747. I've got support at 1.2613. What do you think is going to happen to dollar CAD?
In the short run, I feel that dollar CAD is going to rise.
Okay, and in the short run, based on your analysis of the short run, how is that the next couple of days? We are heading towards the weekend. You've got the news coming up. What would you do?
For today and for Monday, half of Monday, okay? Because we won't be hearing from, we won't be hearing. There's no NFP tonight, okay, today. And there's also no release of the Canadian employment figures, okay? Although this is the first Friday of the month, okay? So with that, it's not going to be that volatile, okay, as compared to Fridays with NFP data releases or the Canadian jobs report. So which is why I feel that, as of now, it's likely going to be the case that dollar CAD will rise, probably to your resistance level before making some reaction.
Like that?
Yep.
And then what do you think is going to happen?
And then it all depends on what the OPEC Plus will be saying on Monday.
Hey, but I'm highlighting stuff. I'm trying to do a different format here. What do you think is going to happen? Forex Trading Asia economic calendar, today being Friday, we do have the GDP numbers month on month to be released.
Okay, the
would
GDP
this be something
release,
you ignore, or would this be something that you take on with a pinch of salt?
I will take it with a pinch of salt because, okay, if I'm not wrong, the month-on-month Canadian GDP data release is actually for right now it's October, so it's actually a release for for August. So if I'm not wrong, they actually release it 50 days after the 40 or 50 days after the month ends or something like that, right? So if it's if it's for August, then I wouldn't say that it will have as much of an impact as the data being released for September, which we will only be hearing from in November. So what's the forecast again? Negative 0.2.
Okay. 0.2, yeah.
All right. So it's probably because of the recently imposed lockdown on Canada, which is why in August, back in August, which is why there's a negative forecast on GDP. Now, if the data actually turns out to be as expected or worse than expected, yes, there may be a weakening in the Canadian dollar. But my main focus will still not be on Canadian dollar, but on US dollar, all right? Because we have been seeing a strengthening in the US dollar for the past, for this week, basically, okay, because bond yields are rising, and that has a direct correlation to the strengthening of the US dollar, okay. So my focus will still be on US dollar rather than on the Canadian dollar, right?
So I think just having that discussion, if we're expecting that stronger US dollar, and also given that we're seeing some US news, but nothing too big, nothing that's going to move prices ridiculously, especially with the given expectations of PMI being quite similar to the previous. I probably do think that we're going to see a bit of a weaker GDP number, so probably not even a minus 0.2. We might even see a minus 0.3 to a minus 0.5 because of the recent lockdowns, because the Canadian economy had been a bit of a cool off recently as well. So if we do pair the stronger US dollar together with the weaker Canadian over the next couple of days into early next week, back to the charts here, I think that this is definitely this is quite likely to happen, to move up towards a 127.47 level, but not very tradable. There's only a good 50 pips towards the upside. What I would best suggest at this point will be to look for that buying opportunity above this week's high at 127.70. So above 127.70, you could have a 30-40 pip stop loss to about 150 pip take profit level. You're looking at a very, very good risk reward ratio towards the upside, with multiple decision points. First at about 80 pips, or 1:2 risk reward ratio, and then again at 120 pips, which is about a 1:3 or 1:4 risk reward ratio. So I think given the expectation for a stronger US dollar, a slightly weaker Canadian to be applied because of the news from today, and not a lot of other news for next week apart from OPEC early in the week and the non-farm payrolls and the employment data on Friday next week, we could actually be looking at that move with several decision points towards the upside for this USCAD. What do you think, Kim Hong? You like my analysis?
Yep. Personally, I still would prefer to wait for a break. If you guys, dying to trade Canadian dollar, okay, then maybe you can look at the Cad Yen instead. Because like what Jin has mentioned, dollar CAD, we have a resistance, and it's soon to be approaching the resistance. So you don't want to be caught in the resistance, hovering, waiting for the OPEC news. And of course, today is Friday, right? So we are coming to an end of the week. So, prices may actually stall or hover around the resistance zone. So you may be stuck in the trade.
So just sharing the Cad Yen chart here at this point, you can see that I haven't done any analysis on this chart because I don't trade Cad Yen, but it is a pair that we can provide some opinions and options on. For Traders Club members, I will be posting up my view on this into the platform today. So watch out for that. With that said, a different way to run the analysis. I'll pass it back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks, Jin, as well. And Gigi, please feel free to email me, and I'll just give you the heads up on how to get involved with Forex Briefcase as well. But it definitely has been a very, very good week for the team here. So, and Kim Hong, thank you for your insights as well. So if you are watching this call and you're trying to take in all this information, there's no need to stress. We do share the replays of the currency call every day in the YouTube channel as well. So I'll just share that now. And I would strongly encourage you go through that channel as well. Really go through the 4-day Kickstarter first at the top, and then go through the educational videos. There's a lot of, resources that I'll send that to everyone as well. It keeps defaulting me to send it to you, Jin, unfortunately. So I apologize about that. But that's the YouTube channel, guys. And I guess it has been a little bit of a different vibe as well. But we've got Jin back again, just with, anything in regards to the CAD that is looking like a possibility. But like we've mentioned, you've got to the guy's actively trading in the LCMS Traders Club. Imran in particular, he doesn't seem to be in today, but you just definitely want to pay attention, and sometimes waiting a little bit to actually get a confirmation is best than, jumping straight in, which is very easy to do as well. So Jin's here now, guys, just to give a little wrap on the CAD and anything that's looking like a possibility for a trade coming up.
I've done it, dude. I just went through the USCAD with Kim Hong.
All right.
Not
Sorry,
really,
Jin.
not paying attention.
There's
When
nothing.
I go
There's
on,
nothing.
he's just like, yeah, whatever,
There's
ramble.
nothing else. All right. I won't give Jin double the work for today. So up next now is Daniel, just going through how the week's been for the signals and how the LCMS Traders Club has been going. And for anyone looking to advance their trading skill set, Daniel's here just to discuss exactly what we're about and how we can help you improve your trading, and also if you're advanced, to really take your trading to the next level as well. So over to you now, Daniel.
Sorry. Just before that, I'll cut Scott some slack. I've been working him quite hard this week, and he's been a bit stressed out. So I'll cut you some slack there, Scott.
Thank you, Jin. That's appreciated.
Okay, so I guess it's back to me then. Okay, so coming back to this, it's really very nice what we have here this week. When I say nice, means it's pretty boring. I'm just telling Scott about cryptocurrencies, and it's not really moving too much here. Okay, so let me go straight to cryptocurrencies coming down. What happened? Last week, just a recap. What we said was, moving, if it breaks above the Bitcoin, breaking above the 45,000 level range, we could see a push it up. Still waiting. Everybody's waiting for that. But I did mention that we will be looking at a very strong support at 41,000, and it did that. A lot of for many days. This is a daily chart, by the way. For many days, you could see. Let me zoom it in for you. Many days you have been rejecting around this 41,000 level range. So it does, even with all the news that happened, even Chinese clampdown news came in. You got the Powell misspoke. He says misspoke that you're going to be also do a clampdown. No, that is good news. He says not. Now, ultimately, you could see that even with the Chinese news coming in, I think what happened was that a lot of the previous times where the miners were stopped trading, actually a lot of those crypto-related companies has already started prepare to shift out of China. So you could see again, really very nice, lots of buyers buying opportunities here at the 41,000 level range, holding very strongly. And right now, I firmly believe that it's just a matter of time. We're probably going to still have some regulations from the US or the different countries here. But however, more or less, for regulations wise, I think the crypto traders are more or less used to that already. So we have here I don't think right now it will go past this 41,000 level range. It's going to be very strong. I'm going to be waiting for it to break above the 45,000 level range for a continuation for a long-term bullish trend. Okay, for right now, I think it's going to move across. It's still going to move between 41,000 to 45,000 level range, and I'm going to see a long-term movements. I'm waiting for it to break above. My plan is to break above the 45,000 level range. We're pushing towards the 50,000 level range. Okay, so that's what's going to happen at Bitcoin. Now, Ether is a really interesting time right now. It follows, you can see that it follows quite very closely to the Bitcoin, moving across, nothing really happening much here, and you can say that it's right above the 22,500 range. I would say, really nicely here, closely above about 2,800 level. So I think right now, perhaps, a possible buying opportunity will still be at a 2,800 level range. But however, if you are trading, I'm still waiting for the magic level, the resistance break above the 3,300 level range before a possible move upward directions. Now, we have heard a lot of news right now, more on Bitcoin, but more on Ether as well. Even I was here looking at news that Visa is intending to use Ethereum network, to possible use do some payment and stuff. So a lot more applications are coming in here from Ether and Cardano and a few others as well. So watch out for that. I think long-term application-wise, users coming in, unless there's a strong clampdown again from various countries, but adoption seems to be there. I think long-term wise, there should be a still bullish momentum. I'll be waiting for the breakout of the 3,300 level range, move towards maybe around 4,000 level range again before we may see a next movement here. So that's how I see for Bitcoin. But just just a cut in, there was a very nice discussion just now between Kim Hong and Jin. I didn't want to interrupt, but on Wednesday that I did talk about those who joined me on the course, join me on the live trading sessions there. We were looking at a very resistance at Cad Yen at 88.3, but do watch out for Jin, what he writes there, for analysis then, because I'm looking at the possible WTI prices not going to be able to, my opinion is it won't be able to push up too high above the 76.2. If not, it will affect a lot of economy coming in. So possible movements downwards. That's my opinion, that it move below 87.6. Coming down, it could move down towards a short-term trades coming in towards about 86.85 level. So that's my opinion. Anyway, just want to share what I shared during our Wednesday live trading sessions. Scott, back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Daniel, as well. And like Daniel was mentioning, guys, in regards to cryptocurrency, sometimes it's best to be out of the market as well, just because when the probabilities aren't in your favor, then it's just frankly not worth having your capital, working for you when it's not really being taken full advantage of as well. And there were a couple of people that mentioned ForexBriefcase as well. So I will share the website link again now for anyone that's, looking to have, even just having a discussion, we'll happily do that as well. I'm an investor too, and it's been, more than a year now with them before I even started working with them. So there are a lot of things going on in the market right now. There's a lot of economic turbulence. And if you are someone that's been trying to play the market, even if you just want to spread out your portfolio a little bit, a professionally traded Forex account is something that can really help, especially if you are in Australia as well. When you have a look at the Aussie dollar and the long-term play there, if you have US dollars as well, it's quite an attractive prospect instead of having it in US stocks, which can be very volatile as well. So just something to consider. Now, I did introduce Daniel for talking about the LCMS Traders Club, but crypto was before that and there wasn't a lot happening. So just to finish up for the call today for Friday, Daniel, we'll just get a quick recap on what the LCMS Traders Club is and how we've gone as well for this week.
Okay, Scott, I'm back. So for LCMS Traders Club, it's really interesting. Why I've been talking about the whole week. It is a dedicated club platform where we host a community of traders sharing strategies, ideas, analysis, modeling the market together. Really, it's as if you are in a professional trading firm discussion, right? So let me quickly do a quick share. And here, okay, where is it? It's real funny. I can't find it right now, but maybe let me do this here. Okay, so let me share with you here. This is a LCMS Traders Club. Here we can see the trading floor coming in. Lots of discussions come in. Was Scott, different members coming in, letting everybody knows all the discussions. And in fact, the past few nights was really active here with all the discussions on which currency pairs moving, monitoring the markets together. So it's really fantastic here. Now, but one other thing I would like to show as well is, of course, we have a market watch coming in where Kim Hong and Jin will actually put in all the analysis and what the long-term trades are here. But today, I would like to highlight to you that we have a signal team here. Okay, so those who will join us from Telegram channels, coming from the signals coming in, you have been receiving the trade signals late. But here in the platform here, when you join as a member coming in, you are actually in here. We issued the signals here 5 minutes earlier. Okay, and not only that, we also tells you the sell trade, what currencies pairs, what price will be looking at, what stop loss, and 3 possible take profits target here. Now, not only that, we don't only give you the signals, we also give you the analysis on why we take the trade, so that you not only earn from the signals, you also learn how to trade better, right? And we won't leave you there with all the take profits and stop loss. If whatever happens, we will let you know. For example, if it hits TP1, TP2, TP3, we will help you look at the market. And look at it as if should we continue to hold, or should you to exit at the various take profits target. So for example, in this case, EuroCAD here, you can see here TP1 possible hold trade here, and then when it hits TP3, I suggest you to secure your profits coming in. So actually, we also will guide you very well here on which possible where do you exit, where do you enter, and where do you exit as well. Now you must not understand. Some people say, "Do I get alert?" Yes, you can. The platform is available, on as a web, as a desktop, as a mobile applications. And what this means that you can access all these contents here, right here for all the SMS Traders Club and the signals when it's issued out anywhere, anytime. And when you have a mobile, you can receive your mobile notifications of our signals on the spot, right? So you must be thinking, how do you want to join and get this here? It's really very simple. This club membership is access to this platform. It's your chance right now. Go to tradersclub.lcms.com.sg. The link is already in the chat. There, go in and you can join for $49 a month. Now, this is really without a doubt the least you must do if you want to make sure you achieve your best in trading, correct? So this price can change anytime, but let me tell you right now why you should get on board right now. For right now, what we have, you just got to go to www.jintautai.com. Scott, can you put the link again as well for me in the chat? Thank you. So, you just scroll it down. You can see in this jintautai.com, you can see you can get all the trading courses in the YouTube for free. But what I want to highlight to you is that you should make use of this opportunity. We have a 1 month free access to the LCMS Traders Club. All you need to do, is to put in your name, put in your email address, and click on Get Access Now. We will get back to you. You will have the LCMS Traders Club for 1 month free, and you can see the benefit from it for free for 1 month. And then I'm sure you will continue with us. So don't wait now and join us right now. Scott, back to you.
Thanks for that, Daniel. And this is something that I would strongly encourage you to get involved in. Take advantage of the trial, really use the room as well, ask questions. There's been a lot more participation recently as well. And again, if you are a little bit overwhelmed by the currency call, there is a summary that is posted as well later in the day that summarizes the currency call as well. So we make sure that the members get all the right information, and we are available to help out as well. But thanks for watching, guys. Now, the signals group for the LCMS Traders Club, that is shared as well. We've got the link for the free trial and also for Forex Briefcase as well, which now is actually over 100% returns in just over 3 years. So 101 actually. So that's pretty significant there, guys. So I just realized that. So that's congrats as well to the team. But thank you for watching, everyone. Enjoy the weekend, do some trading and do some